So you're looking at average 9.
Assume they have like 3 modifier. So 1 plus automatically that's like 8.
Yeah, you're looking at 16 on average.
All right. Versus I got a 3d6,
which is average freaking
12.
10.
Wait, it's 3.5, 3.5. So that's like 7, 10.5, yeah, something like that. Which by D&D doctrine round up, so 11.
And if you add another d6 to that, you're at 14 or 15.
10.5.
Yeah, I'm not against both. I think
so it jumped from 2d4 to 3d6.
That's supposed to be like one of your quintessential jumps.
They get power spikes, yeah, as Fred was mentioning. And this would apply uniform across all guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
For martials, it's usually extra attack for spellcasters and certain
maybe you
spells.
don't want to do it for gunslinger then.
Why?
For the revolver?
Yeah, because they're going to be getting a lot of attacks.
That is very true.
Fair.
Well,
for everyone else, it makes all the sense.
So what would we do for gunslinger? Just an addition, increase the type or increase the die?
I mean, I think you would probably increase the die for a gunslinger
Revolver.
Yeah, revolver, and then increase die in type for the others.
What's average of a D10?
Like, we can hammer out these numbers later, just to make sure it all seems homogeneous.
So it's all kosher. Okay.
20 health.
6 level.
Excuse me, is your gunslinger halal?
Is your gunslinger halal? Yeah, these bullets are. 6 level. I mean, I'm alright. Anyway, 6 level. I think you get another subclass feature, right? At 6 level.
Depends on the, and this is where the main differences between people go.
It's not a subclass feature; it's a base class feature because that's when fighters get their ASI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, druids get druid circle, but they get their shit second level.
They
So
would
it's
clear,
4 and
turn
6,
undead or
okay.
destroy undead or whatever.
Okay, so
Base class feature.
No, I just said the same thing. So did
Ah.
fighters get ASIs at 4 and 6?
so this would be. Would this be? No, it's too early for it to amp up.
Yeah, this is where we break apart. Is this guy just a different version of fighter, or is he something different?
Considering there's not
There's no right or wrong answer for this.
billion feats that they could take. Well, you could just bump up ASI. Well, stats aren't the biggest thing here.
Stats don't matter for this guy.
Well, and fighter gets in
So
double
they
like
need
9,
ASI.
so it
It
can't be
matters
something new.
in the sense of your chance to hit
There's not a
miss.
reload feature, is there? We don't
Not
have
a reload
that.
feature.
Do we want to throw that in this one, or do we want to improve one of the other two that's already in there?
Oh yeah, shit. That's right. We have scaling.
Because it's too early to scale up the thing to be like, oh, your critical is now like fucking 18 to 20, because it's just like, Jesus. Or actually,
We're gonna increase it by 1.
So level 6 is the path feature for barbarian.
Oh, it is a subclass feature. Interesting.
how could
Yeah.
you
I
lie?
don't think
Subclass
it's
for some, but not for all.
Subclass.
Oh,
For
no,
bard,
let's look
it's
at rogue.
subclass. For cleric, it's the channel divinity and divine domain feature.
Paladins get aura protection.
I'm gonna be right back.
Alright. 6 level ranger, they get improvements to their favorite enemy and favorite friend.
Druid gets circle feature.
Rogue gets expertise. It's really handy.
Monks
It's
get
a subclass feature for
magic
sorcerer.
fists and monastic feature. You could just make the guns count as magical weapons. That's always something you could do.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
But the
how would we logic that?
the
Bullets.
reason I might be
Inscribed
against
bullets.
that is because that's for people generally who don't have the option to get magical weapons. Like Monk's Fist will never be magical otherwise. Neither will Druid's Bites.
Right. Versus this, where we could just get a magic gun, literally.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Okay, so maybe not that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did you solve all the problems yet?
Oh, I wish.
Almost.
Two ends of the spectrum here, you could tell.
We're like
I mean,
almost
we
a
still
quarter of the way
have it
there.
now, technically.
All right.
So, if it's not turning our guns or bullets magic, then
How do you negate magic?
subclass.
Most classes seem
Reload?
to get subclass.
I mean, you could do it like hunters, hunter rangers, and get a list of like mini feats,
Ooh, that is a good point.
like trick shots.
Well, then
I
it's
don't
like
like it.
that plus.
I don't like
Battle
the
Master.
idea of trick shots as a thing. I honestly don't.
No, like snipers can pin
Piercing
a target
rounds.
if they hit them,
Piercing,
like
cutting.
reducing their movement to 0. Or
More like maneuvers.
shotgunners can, if they hit a target in melee, they take a free, like they have to make a strength save throw or get knocked prone.
That could just be building upon the level 2 thing, since they no, the level 2 is dependent on gun, not class. Sorry.
I mean, this would still sort of be dependent on gun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it could just be building off of that. And it allows you to, if you so desire still, to be versatile with which weapon you use.
Yeah.
Meow.
Would it become not a matter of does it become a subclass ability or does it improve gunning action? Do we think a stormtrooper is better at using the shotgun than random dude that picks up shotgun? That is happens to be same level, but he's a sniper. He
You
probably
can do
would be
specialty round.
specialty round, like
Well-
for like a specific. We talked about this earlier. Like, what's to stop like a person making a specialty round and giving it to their friend? Also, so.
Oh, God, that's dusty.
The amount you can produce.
Oh, yeah. Like, once a long rest, you can produce XYZ similar to Alchemist. So then, yeah, you can give it to Frank, but they're gonna burn out in a day, and you have a limited number of how many times you can have them, or how many of them you can make. You can have them Dragon Breath rounds.
I'm thinking, okay, if we follow that logic, I think there'd have to be that. It might be a tacitly implied limitation, but one I will make blatant nonetheless. Of it has to be used with a specific weapon, so you can't obviously you can't use a shell and a fucking sniper.
Oh, wait.
With a
Wild
stormtrooper,
concoction.
you could have a melee attack that does something as a follow-up to shooting someone point blank.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Animation
Because
cancel.
that's good for shotgun, but what does everyone else get? Like, we can't really do much for everything else.
Also, you were saying earlier that you didn't want the gunning class to be fucking. Oh, I know how to make a gun and ammunition and shit. So,
Yeah, there's also that.
okay,
What, so
shotgun
we're
gets a
not
melee
talking
attack.
about class feature?
We're wondering everything at this point.
I think if you look at the Hunter Ranger, you can get some good ideas. Because I think the mini feats feels very at home for this class.
It does, but at the same time, like, I'm just so against like trick shots and all this stuff because I'm like, why can't I just do that
Normally,
naturally?
Why can't
why
you
can't I do that at level
disarm?
one?
why
Can't you make a disarming strike naturally, Crash?
Why can't you
You
spin a gun
To me, you can.
without shooting yourself?
Battle Master.
Can I throw my pistol like a boomerang?
Shut up. The
Why
thing is,
don't
like,
we
the
have
catch the
boomerangs?
Battle Master was that you
A
have a
boomerang
superiority die to deploy.
Actually, why
Like, there's
isn't
spirit.
boomerang a thing?
It is.
It is a thing of
No, I mean
Mile,
in
bro.
D&D.
Like an actual
It is on
boomerang.
D&D Beyond at least.
Oh, dope.
Can we make a boomerang stump class?
No.
It would be really good with mastiffs.
Oh my god.
I
The,
want to die.
the returning action.
Duragar and Venom because they come from a
Yes,
land down under.
all
All
dog
we need is a
disadvantage
stick.
on perception checks.
Fetch. I think we killed Crash.
I'm reading.
Escape the horde.
Thoughts on evasion?
Hmm?
Thoughts on evasion?
Not
I
bad.
see it here as a thing, that's why I bring it up. It's a 15th level ranger thing.
It's kind of the most garbage one, but
Yeah, it is, but I'm saying
I mean, having evasion is really nice.
having evasion is really nice.
just give all
And
of
I
them.
think it'd probably be applicable to a gunner of all sorts.
Yeah, marksman.
Long range artillery, sniper, could duck out of the way. Mid range person, gunslinger, duck out of the way. Running
Yeah.
at the enemy, other breathing fire me.
You should really duck out of the way. Yeah, I think that could.
Rogues get it at 6 level, I think. So
Boom. Stat matches up.
I think monks get it at 7?
7th, yeah. So it's like around this range.
Rangers are just retarded and
Wait,
Yeah.
autistic.
no,
Another mark
wait,
against
wait,
ranger.
Wait. Rogues get evasion at 7th.
Yeah.
Okay, so this would be the earliest class to get evasion.
Yeah. I
Okay, so if that's the case, then no. Not maybe for the next level ability we have solve, but 6th level ability we're sort of stumped.
What do we want it to do?
Let's narrow it down. Subclass or not subclass?
And I'm maybe looking at like the sharpshooter fighter UA might help.
The sharpshooter fighter you. Why didn't you mention that before?
I just thought about it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I found arcane archer, knight, samurai sharpshooter, steady aim. I'm pretty sure steady aim is going to become a thing for sniper, anyways. Careful eyes, gain proficiency in certain skills. You can take the search action as a bonus. Does anyone ever take the search action?
Wait, there's a search action?
It's fighting of invisible creatures. Or hidden creatures.
Close quarter shooting at 10th level, rapid strike at 15th, 18th is snapshot. Okay,
It's
not
called pressing
necessarily
F12.
something-
Oh.
So that's something.
Hey, on the bright side, my cleric has 18 con.
Sexy.
Did you move it around?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you moved it right.
What race are you?
Water Genasi.
Oh, okay. Do they get like plus con?
+2 con, +1 whiz.
Ooh.
Strong.
Water. Nope.
They're pretty trash race, but I like them.
They're
It's
cool,
something different.
especially
book
if
is
we're
it?
in a coastal area.
It's Elemental Evil. I think it was reprinted in something.
A lot of stuff
Maybe not.
it might be in Prince of the Apocalypse reprinted. Or the other way around, rather.
I'm just gonna bring up
Yeah.
D&D Beyond because it's probably yeah.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, it's definitely. Alright, get back to this.
Con, good.
Wait a minute, didn't we say a thing where we're gonna give him the con save?
Oh,
Yeah, we
When,
did.
when did we drop that for Ranger?
I don't know,
ninth.
16
It was
though.
ninth.
I know
Okay.
it's other classes get that type of ability at 7.
Yeah, I think Monk
Paladins
has
get
it.
something similar at 6. 6 seems good.
Yeah, Paladin gets aura protection at 6.
All right, hit it up.
Con saves. 6 level.
Veteran of War.
What would they be using the con save for?
I mean, a con save would be handy for everyone, honestly.
Yeah, that's not really.
Yeah.
That they don't have like a mechanical benefit yet. Like they don't have
Does a fighter
concentration
use
or
it
anything.
for?
Because it
Yeah, what would a
doesn't.
ranged fighter use it for by that logic? Is the thing.
Barbarian use it for.
Poisons, which can
What
affect
do
any
I
range.
use it for?
I
Not
mean,
dodge.
concentration on spell is one thing.
Fair. But the thing is, like, there's some people that also have con saves that
It's
don't cast spells.
it's to fight the constant lead poisoning they're getting from using.
Using
Fucking
used
fresh bullets. Yeah.
My hand feels funny.
Inhaling gunpowder
Make the con
constantly.
save, dude. Come
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
I think I'm going blind.
running long distances, staying up days
Holding
on
your
end,
I
going
haven't
through
tasted
poison.
fresh food in years. Everything tastes like metal.
There's cold damage too. Has some spells and effects have con saves as well.
Yeah.
So do some of the thunder damages, which is totally
Better
on.
damages.
So this guy is just strength, dex, con, all those saves.
Yeah,
Physical.
Physical. They're a physical class. They don't... Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma mean mostly nothing to a gunslinger. Or gunner, I should say.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're in agreement then.
Con.
No. Seems like an easy cop out.
I mean, you could give him, like, plus health
It has
at that
precedent
level.
too.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing. You can tell an experienced soldier from a bad one based on how long they last in the fight.
Here's the thing. You know how Durable has a thing where it's like, oh, you can roll hit dice and it does, like, X, like, base con or something like that?
Yeah, something
You could
like
tack that on and call it, like, combat healing or proficiency or something, like medical.
that. I'm not sure. That's the thing though. We chose specifically. This is a damage class. They don't get to save their own lives.
Yeah, okay.
They
It
get
was
to
a thought.
die.
Ah, fuck.
So I mean, kit.
Good.
All right. Agent or no? We just give him a con save.
Yeah, I think so.
Evasion is if you make a deck save, it doesn't
You can reduce by half.
What
That's
about
okay,
the what? Yeah, I was thinking. What about something like that?
Give him uncanny dodge. Uncanny
Here's
dodge is a
not
fifth
bad.
level rogue ability, so
Ah man, that's strong because they're the only ones that get that.
well, uncanny
Yeah.
dodge.
Yeah,
It's
evasion
handy.
at least a couple of things. But I was thinking of something similar.
That on.
Like if you get hit once, like targets have disadvantage, or you gain like target the next attack that swings at you has disadvantage or something.
Multi-attack defense. It's a ranger thing.
Multi-attack defense from Hunter, yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Well,
anything else
it
have
gives you a
though?
plus 4 to AC. No, actually. Not that I know of. Multi-attack
We
defense
could
is one of the
steal
more
it and
unique hunter
bastardize it
things.
to disadvantage on the next strike. Alchemist has some stuff in that too, where
Yeah, so
so you
do
don't-
like great old ones, warlocks, but that's
Yeah.
super appropriate for someone who uses a gun. Because if you get shot once, you get the hell to cover.
Yeah.
I think that's an
Get the
ability in
fuck
Apex Legends if you play Bangarang, aka Bangalore, where if you get shot at, you just have like a double movement speed for like the next 3 seconds. So
Oh shit! It makes
okay,
sense.
I'll be okay with
yeah.
that. So successful attack
You could call it get to cover.
forces disadvantage on next attack against you.
Ooh, what are the limitations of that? Because is it just like if you're hit by a melee attack, you are just constantly dodging? Because then the stormtrooper is fucking set.
Well, you gotta get hit first.
Yeah.
And it only applies to the next attack against you. So if I have if I have a
Okay.
multi-attack of 3, my third attack doesn't give a fuck.
Which is cool because you can use it as not a reaction, so it's a little bit stronger than like when a warlock gets it.
Yeah.
They
Like
get
bounce
additional bonus to it, but like if it's not a reaction, then you can use it like, oh, 4 attacks get hit at you, cool. 2 of them are at disadvantage.
So we'll say once per turn, or once per round rather, for free.
I don't know. I feel like
Every other hit.
Oh, so just like
I kinda like, yeah,
I
I
get
kind of like
hit.
it. It's every other hit. And I don't know if
So-
it's super broken.
so it'll be I get hit successfully, the next one has disadvantage. If I still get hit with the disadvantage, the next one has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. I will put for
Because
free.
like if you get hit while they have disadvantage, it's like something's going wrong
Continues.
here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
not really. Some creatures have like plus 10 to hit.
Yeah, especially some of mine.
Or if you're a Merilith, you get 8 attacks per turn.
By law of large numbers, fuck your shit.
I want to make a legendary monster called Spider-Man, and it's a guy. It's like a demon or whatever, and he has like the lower half legs of a human, and then the upper half is like a normal torso, but instead of like where the arms
Arms.
come out, it's just like 2 arms, it's like 8 like spider arms, and it has a spider head.
That's fucking
he's
terrifying.
locked
and
Like,
light.
oh god, what's
It's
that
like-
thing called? Metropolis or
Underdark
something.
Drow.
Oh yeah, there's a Dreyloft.
I don't know what that is. I don't know how to spell
It's
that.
a large freaking half drow, half spider monster.
Oh yeah.
That's
But
what
it's the other
happens.
way around. The lower half is
No, that's a
wait,
dragon.
no.
This
I
one's
think.
different.
Wait. I think I know what you're talking about.
This one's weird.
Yeah, I
It's
think.
what happens
It's like
when they-
furry, right? It's like gray and furry, sort of.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
happens when a drow priest
God
gets
damn it!
red?
I can't think of
to a demon.
anything fun and original. Damn it! Fuck. How? Spider-Man.
Actually, I could probably pull.
Spider-Man.
I could probably pull
Hey,
the
give
like
them
old
fur,
comic
looks like a
cartoon.
suit.
Oh yeah, just look up Man Spider.
Man, fucking. They did that with Batman too. What the fuck?
Oh
I
no,
like
this
it.
was the long thing.
I like spiders, man. Where thousands of spiders think they're Peter Parker from Earth like 1132, and
Yeah,
I fucking love that. I'm like,
it's so good.
yep.
I shoot
That's
spiders.
brilliant.
He's made of spiders. Okay, back to this. 8th level. I think that's ASI turf, right?
Yeah. It's like 4, 8,
Hey,
12.
easy cop out, boys. What do you say?
It's like 4, 8, 12, shit like that.
Every 4, right?
Yeah,
Ranger
I
gets
think
Lancer.
honestly doing one at 10 would doing another one at 10 would be good.
ASI 10. Is there another
Yeah.
class that does that?
Rogue,
Yeah, Rogue gets 6
Ah!
out. Or
and it
Okay,
makes
fair.
it easier for us.
It does make it. Okay, I'll do that.
Because the thing is, they're supposed to be customizable but basic.
Fair. And also at 10. Wait, no, it's at 9. Never mind. I was gonna say like at 10, you would get another shot for gunslingers if that mattered. So, but that's at 9, not at 10.
9.
But speaking of 9, Speaking of 9, what do we give at 9?
When was the last time we gave a subclass
This
ability?
this has to be a subclass.
Yeah.
This has to be a subclass.
This is the latest when you get subclass. Rogue does it too. So, Gunslinger gets their
I mean,
bonus shot.
you could use it like a... Oh, because like fighters get Indomitable.
Yeah. I mean, we mentioned earlier the idea of that if you level up in a subclass, the respective weapon for the, so like Stormtrooper gets shotgun, Sharpshooter gets sniper rifle, stuff like that. That as you further progress in a subclass, your respective weapon becomes even more deadlier in your hands in specific.
You know which one I like for the marksman, or not the marksman, like the rifle user? And this is something that'll kind of sever it a route and give it its own power, is whenever it gets hit, it can use a reaction to make an attack.
Normal rifle or sniper rifle?
I think he said normal.
Because normal rifle, this has to be a subclass ability.
No,
is the
sniper
thing.
rifle doesn't make sense to do that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Because this has to be a subclass ability, and normal rifle doesn't have a subclass.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, okay.
No,
You
it's
could use
just-
it like that.
I feel like we can make it have a subclass if we want. No. The point of it is that
No,
it's
no,
ununique.
No, yeah, the catch we had to it is that it was meant to be like, this is the dip weapon.
Yes.
Because why would I use this as opposed to shoot more with revolver, shoot harder up close, or shoot harder far range? Like, I could shoot harder in better circumstances, or I could shoot more often. So, like, there's literally 3 other things that I could just pick and do better overall. Or I could dip for 2 levels and get the help action.
You could do like the shotgunner, give it a boomstick.
Click,
The
click.
target either gets knocked prone or shoved. That doesn't feel very powerful for a level 9.
Nah.
Triple barrel. Your gun suddenly grows a 3rd barrel.
Trench gun, you got 5 shots in this gun now.
God.
Not really, that's actually hell. Yeah, what could we do for this? Well, it's either we increase the capabilities they have with their respective gun, or we just make their respective gun deadlier in there.
Well, it's like, because you're about to get that in like 2 more levels anyways. For every at 11, it's going to be a DPS increase anyways.
At 11?
Yeah, isn't that what we said? That's where you're going to increase your round or your die and number of die again.
Oh, is that what we... I can't remember shit right now because I'm fucking tired. So
Well, because that's
I'm-
what fighters get it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they get like
And
their extra attack.
Barbarians, a lot of barbarians will get some additional damage feature at that level.
Okay.
Yeah, we stole from everything. Why not steal from barbarians this time?
Sure.
That's a fair point. What did barbarians get a knife? Oh, they made brutal critical. Well, this has to be a subclass thing. Like we've neglected subclass for like past like
6
1,
levels.
2. Yeah, like a lot. So this has to be a subclass ability.
Let's look at the subclasses one at a time then.
Okay.
What do we have already?
So we have Gunslinger can, do the shooty extra. level divided by 4, rounded up. Additional shots are at a -3 debuff. Sniper can reroll their shot. And then Stormtroopers could get temp HP and faster speed so long as they have that temp HP. And then each of these are limited use abilities. So I think somewhere at like 5, I feel like at 6 or 7 they get another use. I feel like that would be fair.
I feel like that sniper needs to be buffed.
Well, let's give it that buff now.
They kind of have one thing, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Add like an additional damage die to that.
They get even more damage.
Wait a minute. We said at some point we'd extend the crit range, didn't we?
I think that was like
Yeah.
the first level thing, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean that could be like baseline sniper. They get improved crit range
Yeah.
because it makes sense for them. It doesn't make much sense for
Yeah, for
like a
everything else.
gunslinger or a
Oh, you could-
shotgunner.
you could rip off the rogue ability of you can't roll below a certain threshold. Well, that's a high-end
That's
one, isn't it?
for skills, not attacks.
Make it for an attack, then.
That's ridiculous.
Well, make it
The
low!
thing is, like, yeah, like the only kicker at this point would be like what the threshold is and stuff like that.
Also, the recoil.
Because then you can never roll a crit fail.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, the only other thing it gives that is Hexblade's like level 16 thing,
Yeah. No.
and that's
Yeah, I
like,
mean Hexblades were front loaded
That's-
anyways.
yeah.
okay.
Even then, they still have to be like part of the Hexblade's curse. It's not just by the way.
Fuck your shit.
Or no, that's like for people attacking them, but the same thing applies.
And then anyways, you wouldn't be able to apply that to a subclass at this level anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll narrow down our things here. We already have abilities, one for each of the subclasses. 9th level, let's make it a passive ability.
Mhm.
Nothing that gets activated, something that's just passive.
I thought you said his iPhone is a passive ability.
They can call on
How do you
support.
feel about like? I don't know. I
An
kind of
expanded,
like,
an expanded crit range for sniper, I'm totally okay with. Like, I think it's very fitting for a
Even
sniper to have
more
expanded
crit range.
Yeah. Just naturally. So, like,
17.
if I use the core class ability, which I'm just going to call it Deadeye for time because we never named it, increases it to 19 and 20. What if snipers had 19 and 20 constantly at 9th level?
And
And
then
then they can
the
make it
increase
18 to
drops
20.
it even lower.
What about something that gives them better chances at hiding?
Good chance of hiding.
Do they
Yeah.
need to
yeah,
hide?
like Rangers get that ability.
Are we going for okay?
Also,
it
it's a
depends
fucking
on-
gun.
Wait a minute, boy. Snipers do. They kill people in one shot before they realize they're there. We need to make this sniper into an assassin.
Yeah, that's
but
that's,
Oh.
that's what I was gonna say. Are we meaning to go more sniper, or are we going
Oh.
sharpshooter?
Yeah, you could make their first shot in combat as a crit if it hits.
So the assassin thing, man.
Yeah, the ambusher.
Yeah, except you get it
But
much
Yeah,
this
later.
thing is, this is 9th level though. Assassins get that 3rd.
That is
Yeah,
very
and
true.
they're assassins. I mean, it's still a powerful ability at 9.
Yeah, basically a free double damage.
It's the same as Rangers getting evasion at 15 instead of 7, like
Yeah,
Rogue and Monk.
it's a good ability, but it's so later on in the game, so it's not as
Yeah.
potent.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's still potent enough that you're just like, okay, this shit's good.
I'm willing to acquiesce on it. So would you guys just say give the assassinate ability to sniper 9th level?
Yeah,
Seems like you're in
totally.
agreement.
I don't think we
Yes.
have much else to go against.
Well, I was
it,
saying
so-
that was saying the expanded crit range.
expanded crit range. One or the other.
Or
Well, it's either
you
guaranteed
could just
crit or
have it
possible.
deal. No, you don't want to do that.
Do
What
what?
were you
I
gonna
wanna hear.
say?
I was gonna say you could have it deal just additional die equal to the original die, but then that's like literally the Death Strike level 17 ability for
Mhm.
rogues.
Hmm. So yeah, the
I still
first
want
That
shot
does,
in crit.
that does
I
involve them
still want to buff it.
failing a save.
You could give them the permanent 1920 crit as well,
Okay.
but the first attack can't be critical.
What about the first attack is a crit and they have to make a con save? If they fail the con save, they're stunned for a round.
Ooh. Or they're knocked prone. No, stunned.
What determines the save DC?
Shit.
Because we have nothing in the previous 8 levels that say
plus 8.
Dex plus Prof plus 8.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
same
just
thing
make
as
it like the
Fast-
Battle Master thing.
There
enough.
are abilities that just have a flat save DC as well.
Oh, the flat D save DC suck.
Yeah, because then like later on in the game, it's just like, oh, the DC's 15. Guess what? They have like a plus 10.
I mean, because the
Yeah.
Death Stroke ability for rogues works off Dex Prof 8.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I'm okay with that because like Rogue just randomly breeds in a save out of fucking nowhere at level 17.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do I copy
No, yeah, they actually
Assassinate's? Yeah, did I copy Assassinate's wording of they have to be surprised, or am I just saying first shot?
I mean, it's a sniper. They're supposed to be surprised. I like it as surprise. It adds high risk, high reward.
I would
If
say
we're-
that I think it should be surprised. That's just me.
Oh,
Or
logically,
I think
thematically.
Assassinate isn't surprised. That Bugbear is surprised. Assassinates if you've acted before them in turn order.
No, it's okay. I'll read
That
it.
is-
to you. It says
that just gives you
it says you have
advantage.
advantage on attack rolls against any creature
Okay,
that hasn't
it's
taken
a-
a turn in combat.
It's a two-part thing. It's you have
Yeah.
advantage on anyone who hasn't taken a turn of combat, and if they're surprised, it's an automatic crit.
Oh, is it surprised? Okay.
Yeah,
it has to be
it's a two-parter.
Also,
Yeah, I like the prize. The prize feels right.
I think it makes more sense.
Crash, were you gonna do
Do
the
we-
mount down thing with the sniper or no?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
The what?
Because the
Remember
mounted
the
place
thing we were
get a
saying, like,
bonus.
what if the sniper doesn't move? The sniper doesn't have to move. What do we do for that?
Let's give him
I mean, you
advantage.
could do that at the next one. Or you could add it in. But if you're surprised, you're at advantage anyways.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying that this
It's
would be
really
advantage
not
just
fucking
constantly.
to get-
This would just be constant advantage. If they
Yeah,
don't move.
assuming that they're just like taking a stand at like
Yeah.
like
Disadvantage.
300 feet away, letting people run to them.
Yeah. It's shooting fish in a barrel. And if they're not running
Yeah.
at you, then you could just like wait and train a shot.
Yeah.
Train a shot? Is that the right
I'm outta here.
terminology?
No, I'm not gonna argue it.
I'm trying to talk to the dude that was in the military here.
So
It's train
Yeah,
your shot. Is
talk
that a
to
term
him.
or?
Train your shot. Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty
so
good.
I have it here that the sniper, if they follow the same clause as the first round surprise hit, equals an automatic critical hit.
Yes.
And we're also tacking on if they don't move on their turn, they gain advantage on their shot.
Yes.
The advantage on their shot
But
is
that's completely,
universal
like-
or just for the?
Just universal.
Hmm.
In theory, yeah, it's just not like at this point. I don't think it's terribly overpowered. Because
You also have to think about,
incentivizes
like-
setting up.
Yeah, the idea is
Yeah,
setting
it
up and
does-
getting like
it
fucking
does
far
involve
away.
You
you-
get ambush, you're fucked.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does involve you sitting there and then planning ahead. I think it's fine.
Give
Yeah.
some tactical play to it.
Yeah. This whole
Like if
class
you're in the
is
middle of a
risk
fight
versus
and someone's like
reward.
40 feet away and just standing there taking shots, you're probably gonna get pinged real fast.
Mhm.
I had
Okay,
a
well-
random thought for the other subclass, the Stormtrooper.
Lay it on us.
Well,
You have something that increases his movement speed or hers.
yes,
What about something that decreases the enemies?
they can't get away.
Well, I
I
mean,
shot
that
you
is
in the
pretty
foot.
much the point of the stormtroopers. If you blitz their trenches, they can't get away.
Yeah, it's more of how would you make that work with the sharpshooter?
No, this is
no.
sharpshooter. This is for
Shotgunner.
stormtrooper.
Oh, okay, I
Reaction,
thought-
take a
okay.
shot.
Yeah,
If
this
they-
is
if you
Oh,
go-
sorry. Okay, I thought you were saying like you know how the shotgunner has this. What if the sniper has
Oh,
that?
no,
My
no,
bad.
no.
My bad.
You
You
Okay.
could.
Okay.
You can make it something
So,
like a
for instance,
sentinel.
if they get hit,
Go ahead.
no, but maybe.
No, but
I don't
maybe.
know. Is that too strong?
Well, what was your idea?
So what's the yeah laid out? No one interrupt.
You shoot someone with the shotgun, right? And then if you have your temp HP up, or they get some, maybe they're knocked prone, maybe they're crippled, they're half movement, or I don't know, something.
Oh, I got an idea actually. It's similar to the elk totem barbarian,
What?
Elk totem, where's that? What?
Xanathar's, or not Xanathar, Skag. They put an elk and a tiger.
God damn it! Fucking sword coast.
So they both.
That's nifty.
So if the whatchamacallit, say if the shotgunner is within 5 feet of the target, the target has to make a strength save. If they fail, they get knocked prone or shoved, and if they do, they take an additional 1d12
Plus strength.
damage.
Ooh.
Or in this case, just be dual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you're knocked prone, you have to spend half your movement just to get up. If you are shoved, you can't make attacks immediately.
Yeah.
Or you can get shoved off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, it really has that get blasted nerd feeling.
Yeah, that's.
Does it affect
he's-
everyone in the
Yeah.
cone area still, or does it just
That's
affect a
nice.
single target?
This he said within 5 feet, so this would have to be a
5 feet.
point-blank shot. We still didn't
That sounds-
detail how the shotgun works. If it would be,
If
it
it
was
be a
within
deck save or not.
Oh my god, dude, this is fucking. Just runs up point blank, just
Sup?
boom,
I mean,
takes
that's
the
100% my
the
intent
fucking
with
butt
the-
of it, and just that's so cool.
Okay, I definitely this
I
fits
think that's solid.
Fred's idea because it still reduces movement speed, either by 5 or by 15, and that'll be your choice. And then you actually just freaking do extra damage because you're willing to get up close to them.
Yeah.
And
And if
shoot
you
'em.
miss, actually, well, again, we didn't tell if the shotgun is roll to hit or if it's just dex save.
Nice baton pass, Arrow.
Teamwork.
Yo, I feel like, Fred, you're gonna get this. I feel like we're making the Death Knight. We're just
Yeah.
stealing everyone else's stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
Give me-
yes and no. I think we have to agree, like, some stuff we did come up with.
A few
There's
things.
only so many
speed.
mechanics.
So, within, or point blank attack, or point blank shot.
If it's roll to hit, then you have to roll. If someone's like in an area, then it'd be no, because it'd just be a chase.
Yeah, here's the thing. If it's dex save, they get the advantage of potentially having their dex save, like, proficiency, if they have proficiency in the dex save, as well as their own dex.
You know what you could
You
do?
roll a hit on this, it's yours. So,
You could make it like a. If you're gonna make it like a cone, you could do the first target is a hit, everyone else is a dex save.
so first target's a roll to hit, and then
Yeah.
Mm.
Everyone
And
else
everyone
takes a
else is
reduced
a-
I,
damage.
Dex save.
I think that works.
That's a
It's a
that's a good
combination of two.
idea. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right.
Like if you
Alright.
still miss a shot, then there's a chance of a bit of spray.
Yeah.
The first
Because it's a
guy
fucking
goes,
shotgun. Yeah.
hits everyone behind you, and they all look at you like, dude, why didn't you take
Yeah.
it? You're the tank. You're the tank. Why didn't you take it? I don't want to get hit by a shotgun.
It's a fucking shotgun.
No, no, no,
No,
dude, that's
we
a
didn't. Actually, thank you.
that's a great idea.
So, okay, the question is, if I roll a hit and I do hit the guy, does everyone else still
They do it at
make dex
disadvantage.
save? They do
Yeah, I
it at
think so.
disadvantage, or they do it at advantage if I do hit the guy in front of me?
Oh, that's actually a good
I mean,
point.
it's still gonna spread.
Is there really a big issue with making it a dex save no matter what? Just a flat one doesn't
I
matter.
mean, yeah, here's why. Yes, because you're aiming a barrel at someone.
Uh-huh.
But everyone else, even if you don't hit them, you're gonna hit something.
Uh-huh.
You're just not gonna get the main burst at them. So everyone, like, whoever your main target is takes full damage. Everyone else takes
Yeah.
50%.
Okay, okay. Okay, I get what you mean. Okay.
That
So
way
if
you
you
can
miss,
keep
they
up
will.
damage with the other classes, but
So, run this by me in mechanics terms. So, I don't hit the person in front of me. The people behind this person get blank for their
Okay.
dex save.
I mean, I think everyone, even if you miss the person in front of you, you're still firing a cone at them. Because
Okay,
that way
so-
it doesn't feel outclassed by the sniper who's doing crits and the gunslinger
Okay.
who's shooting 7 times.
So how should I word this one? Everyone makes dex save. If person is within 5 feet of the shot,
If the
If
initial
roll to hit.
if the initial target is hit by the attack, adjacent foes must roll a dex save. Yada yada, word it like that. I would say.
Because I feel like you are in the stuff, man. Like
Yeah, you're in
you
the
should
shit.
do something. Like you're shooting a shotgun in melee, it's gonna do something.
Okay.
Like there's
So-
no one gets out scot free.
Oh,
Here's-
that's a good point. Do they have disadvantage? Because
Yeah,
technically it's a range attack.
that's what I'm wondering. Like, if
We wanna make-
if I do successfully hit the person in front of me, do they have advantage on their dex save? Because some of the stuff is getting blocked out.
Do we want to say shotgun's like a special case?
Possibly.
I mean,
I mean,
maybe
it's-
if there's a person directly behind them, advantage.
Here's another
But
thing is
anyone
that
to the side.
we're really focusing on if it's like a medium-sized creature with a group around them. What if it's like a large creature or a huge creature?
Then
And you,
it does a 10-foot cone, like what you call it,
That's,
like a
what,
T.
Well, I'm saying-
that's the next question I was gonna ask. Like, how far of a cone are we going? 10, 5, 10,
think it's-
15?
If I was on
One
roll
in
20, I
front,
would just
3 behind
do it.
it.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
We attempt to blank attack with shotgun within 5 feet. Adjacent targets in a blank cone dexterity saving throw would take X damage. Oh, so they're not taking like the same damage that you roll. They're just taking a flat static damage bone.
Well, yeah, you could do like half.
Yeah.
Like half of damage rolled. And if they succeed on a dex save, they take a quarter.
I'm just gonna copy and paste that.
Yeah, that'll work.
Thank you, Fred.
There we go.
And if it... no, what the fuck is... Okay,
And that's
That
one
didn't
thing
work.
you could like.
it didn't work.
Ooh, never mind. That gets into like special round.
Territory.
Attempt. So, and if I don't have anyone in a point-blank range, it's just a straight dex save?
Yeah.
Okay. Point-blank attack with a shotgun. And 5 feet. Adjacent targets in a...
Is this
do we decide the distance on this cone?
I
No,
think
I left
10.
that blank.
I think 10. Yeah, one target, one behind it, and then one to the left and right of the back one.
Yeah.
So
So 10
like a
feet?
T.
Yeah.
You're shooting a T.
It's much
Okay.
more up close and personal than like a dragon's breath would be.
Yes.
And maybe
Okay,
you
fair.
could say like that's something that upgrades like super late, like with your next one.
Double range.
So it increases to 20 or 15 or something like that. Okay, I can
Yeah,
work
but
with that.
the problem I run into with that is where I like it mechanically. It runs into the problem of, are we doing specialty rounds now?
Because it's
Yeah,
how is
because
it
they-
amplified otherwise?
Yeah.
You could say that like, oh, your character finds a spot that it can break through their armor better, or it doesn't find resistance as much.
Well,
Through
we're
training
gonna
and
introduce,
experience,
like,
I know I can hit the
fucking-
armor here and it'll just go straight through like butter.
Are we talking about like slugs and flechette rounds now? Like,
Yeah, I think that's. I think we
Yeah,
want the goal was
We're
to
now
avoid-
it's like a series of like complications that
yeah, I feel like if we bring in like specialty rounds, that's just too much. I feel like it's just
Yeah, I think it's
I think
here's
I
a
think
universal
I-
standard.
I think I'd offer specialty rounds as like rare
Magic
items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is. Magic
So-
items.
Like, I
Yeah.
need to take
Yeah,
down
you
this
feel
enemy,
like
I need
ammo.
something
Arrows?
different.
Well,
You
yeah,
feel like ammo.
exactly. So
Or,
that's
I mean,
what
like
I'm saying.
arrows. I mean,
Yeah.
There's
like,
dragon
I-
slaying arrows.
Yeah, there's dragons
Yeah.
arrows and stuff. So
just except be like slugs or shells.
Yeah.
Bullets, whatever.
okay, so in the other campaign, there's a group called the Seekers, and they're basically
Oh god,
Inquis-
Seekers with these
they're
shotguns.
They're scouts, inquisitors, information gatherers, stuff like that. They're
Uh-huh.
the sister faction to Slayers, so they work together and are rivals. So Seekers look for out like magical trouble. Slayers go to help deal with it with information armed by the Seekers.
Mm-hmm.
Seekers are also long range support. So I gave them something which it says, if you are a fairy, devil, or demon or whatever, disadvantage on the save, and it's called a purgation arrow, and it does like what did I say, like 66 or something. So now I'm just imagining, here's my purgation shell, because I don't like you.
Purge the
I know.
heretics.
I don't
Load it
like
with
Oh,
you,
silver.
dude,
fucking
it's
dirty
just-
heretic. Load
like a
shotgun with
fucking-
malicious intent.
It's like a shotgun shell filled with like salt or some shit.
It's a shotgun shell filled with salt, made of gold, out of some freaking fancy
Wrought
enchanted
iron.
casing,
Yeah.
called cold iron.
Not
Silver.
Cold iron, thank
There's
you.
running water in it.
And on the shell is a bunch of carved runes of holy scripture.
It takes a lot of effort to make, but goddamn, are they gonna die?
You're not gonna stay in my world, not if I have anything to say about it.
You know, ironically enough, I used to be a medic for an artillery battalion, and what they do sometimes when they were screwing on the heads to the shells is they'd stick a penny in it when they screwed it in.
Mhm.
Why?
So whenever it fired, instead of just it
Oh, it adds a bit of sound.
whistled the whole
Oh,
way.
it fucking a whistle. Oh hell yeah.
That's great.
Every time it happened, first time we walk over, hell's going on in here? What y'all up to? I think y'all cute? You think you're real cute? It's
You
like,
dropped a penny, sir.
I didn't mean to. He says, screwing on the next one.
I wonder if I can
It
find
blew,
a
my,
video
it
of
blew
that.
my mind
That'd be
watching
kinda funny.
First Sergeant, like, of an artillery battalion. Like, that dude's just sitting there texting, sitting between two howitzers. And I'm like, oh my god, I feel like my
Was
brain's
he wearing
exploding.
ear protection at least?
Not goddamn
That
all.
dude is deaf. That dude
That
can
guy
not
is
hear shit.
Didn't give one crap about, like nothing.
Goof, goof.
I think he lost his ability to hear at some point if he's just chilling there.
Did he have hearing
Maybe
aids?
that's why he doesn't mind. Okay, going back to this. So, point blank shot, prone or shove, 9th level ability. Is this an automatic prone or shove? DC? What's the DC we got for this?
That's for the sniper one, right?
This is for the shotgunner.
This is for the shotgunner.
Stormtrooper. Shock trooper.
Do we want to make it the same as like the Battle Master, where it's like,
Strength of Dex plus 8 plus Prof.
yeah,
In this case, it'd
Well,
probably just be
it
Dex.
wouldn't be strength. It'd be Dex?
Constitution.
I know it should be Dex mechanically, but Strength or Dex feels right.
yeah.
Shoving the gun
'Cause,
into
okay,
their chest.
You're
And
getting shot with.
Go on, explain it to me, perhaps. I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't make like I guess you could explain it mechanically in the fact that like you have to be goddamn strong to hold up this boomstick.
Yeah, I mean, if you get
But,
shot,
I
it's either center mass, and you're taking the hit trying to stand up, or it's a
Trying to
grazing
dodge
shot
out of the way
and you're trying
and
to
Well,
dodge
I'm
out
not
of the
saying
way.
like I'm not asking what save it should be. I'm saying what determines this DC.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
If we do use a DC,
Intelligence.
Strength plus 8 plus prof.
it'd be what?
Strength or
Eight?
Dex plus 8 plus prof.
Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering. Like, would it
Dex.
be Dex to know where to aim to get most impact, or would it be just raw strength?
You know,
Because I don't know. I put the barrel into your.
Have you
chest
shot a
and
shotgun?
I
fired.
like that I like that it's either because they get heavy armor.
Mm.
That's a
Whether
good
that makes a
point.
lot of sense or not, I just like it. Just feels better.
That's actually a really
Fine.
strong point that they are.
Wait, what is this? What does this say for again? For the shove?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
prone or the shove. So you can either knock them prone or you can shove them.
And then for like your
Oh my
DC to
God, wait.
determine their Dex save.
Yes, Crash.
Wait.
Christopher.
Just wait. Don't call me that. Christopher's the name of my brother now. We're
Oh.
like my brothers. I don't like any of my
Retract my
family.
statement. Sorry about that.
Oof, same.
Oh, screw your mom. Okay, roger that.
I screw my dad definitely. Wait, hold on. Wait, I need to read this. Okay, if you're prone, attack rolls against you have advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, definitely.
So you knock someone prone with a shotgun. They're
Well,
skull.
it cancels.
Dude, well,
that's
that-
only on melee. It cancels out if you're like if
Yeah.
you try to shoot a dude point blank with a bow and arrow,
No.
it cancels out and it's a regular attack.
Make that a thing then for the.
Yeah, make that like a
Stormtrooper.
special thing for him.
Shotguns ignore point blank disadvantage.
Noted.
Or
Yeah,
any
like-
prone target has disadvantage on their Dex save.
Ignore. Oh, that's interesting.
Because like, screw you, you're getting out the way,
Well,
Mr.
does prone already have something for?
Prone. You have advantage
I
on melee
I
attacks.
literally just had it. Wait, for dex saves?
I don't think there's anything that involves. Most of the time, they avoid.
No,
doing
yeah,
anything
no,
that
there's nothing
involves-
involved in that.
I know they have
I mean,
disadvantage on attacks.
I think I would just rather have ignores point blank
Here's-
disadvantage. Because, like, if it doesn't already afflict, like, for being prone, like, dex save disadvantage, like, I don't see why
Yeah,
a
yeah,
shotgun
yeah,
knocking you prone would make it any different.
Like I said,
No.
yeah, make the shotgun like its own special thing where it
Yeah.
ignores the
Yeah.
range attack.
I remember hearing
Yeah, but
once.
you could just make it a ranged melee.
Yeah. Because honestly,
Okay.
think about it. If you're standing there over a guy that's laying on the ground with a shotgun, I don't think you
Yeah,
can
how the
miss.
fuck are you gonna miss?
Fair.
Unless you're XCOM, you just turn around.
Yeah.
You'd be
I don't know what you're
surprised.
talking
You'd be
about, dude. My
surprised, really?
freaking ninja shotgunner totally had that shot lined up, man. 99% is what it said. I said on the melee attack that flew through their body.
Dude, I hate
Anyways.
rangers in that game, honestly.
They suck.
I liked what they
Like,
were
I did not
intending
run
to
all
do
the
with
way
it.
up
I hated
here.
the execution.
I did not run all the way up here for you to miss, my guy.
It's like, well,
And
you signed your own
they
death
died.
warrant.
I'm not paying for
No,
your
we
funeral,
could do.
bud. You should have hit that.
You should have hit that, man.
You're face to face with a brute with
1%.
1 health. You had to flick him in the nose.
Yes.
Anyways.
Okay, so for the shock trooper, point blank shot knocks prone or shove, knocks them prone or shoves them. DC equal to strength or dex, their choice, plus prof plus 8
Yes.
for the 10.
It's 8 for the standard.
8.
8 usually, yeah.
I don't
Alright.
remember which ones get 10, but there's like 2 or 3 that get 10. But they're
Is
really
there?
specific.
can't
I think they're
recall
like
anything.
really specific scenarios. I can't remember off the top of my head though.
I think you're making stuff up.
I might be.
I
need
think
to
I
make
think I might have
lots
done
of-
that in the alchemist thing.
I think
But I
that.
think it's
we
because I
need to
divide
make all
stuff.
the-
Sorry, what are you saying, Fred?
We need to make all of the gun traps. Lots of guns with lots of strings.
So what about Gunslinger? What do they get at this level?
Let's find out. So this has to be again a relatively passive ability. So the point blank shot can happen every shot.
I like something like if they hit like at least if they land at least 2 of their strikes, the target has disadvantage or something.
I was actually thinking something along the same lines. Like, what if I was like a gunslinger and I just went on the same guy over and over? The thing is, that's sort of making more than one shot on the target. Sort of is banked on the ability of shooting more than one shot on the target, right?
Yeah.
So like that's the only clause catch I have with this is that because like the sniper one, he doesn't need to reroll a shot for it to happen. The shock trooper doesn't need to get temp HP for that to happen. He just sort of shoots point blank, right?
Yeah. How about if no?
It has to be passive.
If you've shot someone in the past and you have XYZ bonus against them. That way it could be used with the ability or could not be.
Oh, you can say something like you can shoot if you shoot a target in melee, you can immediately move up to half your movement speed, taking no opportunity attacks.
We already gave him disengage with a revolver though.
Like the swashbuckler thing.
Yeah.
But and they have nothing else to use their bonus action on other than these actions. So like, it'd be a bit arbitrary.
You're right. It is.
Yeah. So
passive.
I do like the idea of like. Actually, no, that would make sense. I was like if the gunslinger focuses down on a target, but I'm like, but we have a.
What about a fear mechanic?
Fear mechanic?
If you land more than one or a certain amount of bullets, target is feared.
Feared
Yeah, frightened is strong.
Well, you don't have to make it full frightened. You could just make it.
No,
they have
only
disadvantage
afraid
on
of
melee
them.
attacks or some shit.
I guess that's the same thing, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they shouldn't be making attacks against you at melee because you're not the shotgunner. So in theory, you should be able to keep outpace these, or at least
they're deafened because you're shooting a shotgun. Like, right beside.
You landed on them, you reduced their movement speed.
For each shot you hit them with, they reduce by 5.
That's a little heavy.
Not really, considering like at that level.
Oh,
Warlock.
This is
can
knife
push
level.
everything
This is knife
back.
Oh no, I forgot. I kept thinking it was 6 bullets from the earlier.
That would be a good thing then, huh? If I had unloaded all mags or all my shots at you, you're suddenly at half movement speed, or no movement speed.
Yeah.
I mean, I like.
I mean, at that point you can't unload all 6 shots, but you could unload.
Yeah, at
like,
that point,
3.
but eventually you
You could reduce by half.
I mean, because then what are we talking about theoretically? Like equivalent to Sentinel?
And Sentinel's just better than that.
Sentinel still requires you to hit, and it's on the reaction, so it's not even on your turn technically. Yeah.
I think it's something that feels like thematically appropriate. Like you're picking them piece by piece apart.
Yeah,
There
I
is
definitely get that feel.
There is the invocation for the Eldritch Blast cantrip you could look at.
Which one?
Yeah, Repelling Blast or
the opposite.
Lance of Lethargy.
Yeah, Lethargy.
Is this in Xanthars?
Yeah.
What if you just get like a flat range increase?
Well, that's the thing. That's a good question. We don't know how far these guns actually shoot because we didn't detail that.
That's a good point.
I mean, we know how far the shotgun shoots.
Your chest.
We know how far the shotgun shoots, yeah, but what about the rest of them?
I feel like rifle probably has the same range as a short bow. Sniper rifle has the same range, if not longer, than a long bow.
Immensely longer than a longbow, I would say.
Immensely, yeah. Its minimum range is 600. Pistol? That's a hard one to play. Or revolver, I should say. That's a hard one to play.
No, it's not.
Same.
No?
Most pistols
I'd
max
say like
50.
yeah,
Okay.
I'd say like 50, 60, something like that.
Okay, well, they'll make it like a 40.
It'd be the
50
equivalent
range.
of 2060 for which one was it? Javelin, throwing axe, throwing dagger. I don't remember.
That sounds right. That sounds 100% right.
Yeah. 'cause
Maybe
typically-
30-60.
3060? I think it's fair.
30-60. Yeah.
Just because it's
It keeps you-
relatively
yeah, exactly,
easy, but man, I'm
mid-range.
telling you,
Yeah, mid-range
once you
striker, I
get
agree
to
with that.
50 meters on a pistol, like, it ain't easy, champ.
Yeah. Because the idea is close range, mid range, and then long range. But the rifle and revolver could, in theory, swap between the two. Even if rifle doesn't get fucking good shit. or a subclass.
Okay,
Right.
we'll get back to. I'll type out those out afterwards, but like specific ranges. But let's get back to this. So I'm looking at Lance of Lethargy. It reduces enemy movement speed by 10 once per turn until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, and at level, is it 11? You have, is it 3 beams? So it's up to 15 feet.
I think so.
I mean, you could, and I don't like it because for multiple reasons, I don't like it. But you could do something similar to a bleed effect.
Bleed effects
Yeah,
are.
I know. They're
From the
questionable.
monster end, I entirely endorse them because monsters tend to have claws and stuff like that, or rigid weaponry. But bullets, like, because this is like a revolver. Unless we're talking about, apparently these existed, conversion revolvers where they shot rifle rounds.
Oh yeah,
Which I
they totally.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
like, that's fucking hilarious.
Think about a 500 Super Magnum.
Yeah, that's also fair.
It shoots a massive freaking hand cannon.
No, I have a thing here. Funny you mentioned this. I don't know how this showed on my YouTube recommended where it's a guy loading high caliber magnum things with like a mill. Like all he has to do is pull the thing. It will put in on one bullet the powder, and then it will automatically turn, put in whatever needs to get put in, crimp the bullet in, and stuff like that. And he just all he has to do just pull the lever up and down. He's just cranking out bullets.
Pop, pop, pop.
So this
Oh,
was
yeah,
for
found
level 9.
Congratulations,
This is level 9.
you invented a magazine.
Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is.
Maybe,
This
the
is a very
moon-
satisfying audio thing to listen to. It's just, it was at 50 for having your rest,
well,
but
the
it's
more
still
I
a very
think about it,
satisfying thing to listen to.
Really
You're right.
pronounced.
the
So
more
I
I
like
think
to
about it,
use
I think
double-handed
the more
operation.
I think
Using
I
the rifle
understand
bullet
where I was
feed
coming from with
really
the
helps
movement
out.
speed.
I do like the imagery of like every shot you give into them. You shoot one shot, hit their left leg. Shoot another shot, you hit their right leg. Shoot another shot, you hit their lower left leg. Just one by one, and they just get slower and slower, and eventually crumple to death, or something like that.
Force the enemy to take a dash action, for instance, is pretty strong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Make him choose whether to stay or
Catch up
run.
with you. Yeah.
Maybe this should be a D. Oh man, maybe this should be a D8 HP class, and then the shotgunner gets +1 to
Health
like
or something.
all its. Yeah.
I mean, we're being
I mean,
Because the
I'm
more I'm thinking about this,
Wait.
the more I'm like, this is not a class that needs HP.
Wait, what would the stormtrooper get? He would get +1. Just
They would get 8, but they would get +1 to every HP die they have, similar to how the Helldorf gets, or the
Eldorf
Stone's
has it. I do the same thing for Apothecary Alchemist.
Yeah,
Where
is it
Draconic Sorcerers have it as well, I believe.
Yeah. And then we can make it. We can do the same thing I did for Apothecary, where at a certain point it stops being +1, becomes like +2 or +3 or something like
Yeah,
that.
'cause the more I'm feeling, the more I'm like, dude, this is a
Storms,
rogue.
No.
This feels more
It's-
rogue.
the reason it feels like a rogue is because they're fast, either by running at you, running away from you, or sniping you, like an assassin would from a rogue.
They have defensive option that's not eat the damage,
Yeah.
except for the melee, which then you give them that D10 die anyways.
Are you talking about like the thing you mentioned now? Is it like the stone sorcerer get 1 HP per
Yeah.
point per level in the subclass?
Yeah. So yeah.
So essentially, it's like they get a die bigger, but without giving the whole class that.
Yeah. So just the stormtrooper would have that.
Yeah, healthy bastard.
Which makes sense for them, but for the rest of them, like, you shouldn't be
Nah.
taking hits.